My name is Michael Rheinholtz. I'm from LaPorte, Indiana. I've lived in Fort Wayne since 2005. I had gotten ill and I went to the St. Joe Hospital and they did some blood work. And then they called me in the office. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 days later, and told me that I had HIV. And I really couldn't believe it at first. I was like in shock, and I thought, you know, the worst. That I was gonna die from it. And but the doctors told me that there was medicine and stuff like that I could take. So that kind of gave me some hope after that. But it took a while for me to get used to the idea that I had it, and it's better now today that that I take medicine and I know that I have it, and I'm not ashamed about it. So that was in 2006 that I was diagnosed with it. Well, yeah, the challenges were at first, I was afraid for everybody to know about it, and I felt different, and I felt, you know, nasty, whatever, that people wouldn't like me if they knew. And so it kind of bothered me a lot that if people found out, they wouldn't like me. And so, but then I got involved in Narcotics Anonymous, and that was the first place I shared it at with other people. It took a while, but I finally shared it. I had to get it out. It was a secret, and I didn't like having that secret, and it made me feel uncomfortable. So finally, when the time came, I finally shared about it, and it wasn't too bad. People didn't say anything. They still hugged me, and they still my friends today. I mean, nothing's changed because of it. So it really was just me beating myself up, thinking that I had it, and that it was a bad thing, and it's just something that happened in my life. But now, it's not too bad, and most people know, all my friends know today, and they don't say nothing about it. Everything's pretty good about it. There was this girlfriend I had back in 2007, 2008, and I had met her in the rooms, and I told her about, my situation, and it was all right with her, and child, she got pregnant, and we kept, checking up on it to make sure everything was all right and everything was fine. And then 2 years later, I got married, and of course she knew about it too, that I had HIV, because you have to tell the people, but it was all right because she knew it was undetectable and stuff. And I had another child who's 7 years old today, and the other one's 8, and everybody is fine. Nobody has the HIV. It wasn't spread or anything, and that's because I had stopped using and started taking my medicine. And as long as I take my medicine and take care of myself, I'm good. So today, since my wife has died, it's been hard finding another woman that because I think because I have HIV, it makes it harder for me to get in a relationship, and because women just don't want to deal with it. And I got lucky and had 2 relationships before my wife passed this last time. But I don't know, it bothers me to have it. It really does, because it affects me in relationships with other people. It's hard to find a partner that would accept it. So that's what, it kind of makes life rough, and lonely sometimes because of that, because of the stigma that HIV has on people. Well, that if you take your medicine and see your doctor like you're supposed to, that it is undetectable, and supposedly, that it's not transmittable, and that, or otherwise have safe sex, use a condom, whatever. I'm Michael Rheinholtz, and I support the Positive Resource Connection.